Hello and welcome back to Comic Vantage. Now, before I start this week's new comic book video, I want to say thank you to everyone out there, all my subscribers. You guys are unbelievably awesome. Everyone is making my 1,000 subscriber, Christmas in July an absolutely amazing success. Everyone that's been entering, everyone that's been commenting, I'm finding out about everyone out there. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. I'm having a blast. Not only that, but I want to say thank you to everyone out there who's gone over to Couchdoodle, to Dan Fraga's channel, and also subbed him up and liked his videos. You guys are amazing. I mean, seriously, we got him, I want to say, almost 200 subs within 24 or 48 hours. Insane, unbelievable. He's totally ecstatic, over the moon. And, just to tell you how awesome this guy is, he called me personally on the phone to say thank you for doing that for him. So this guy, he's just amazing. He totally deserves it. Now, if you haven't subbed to his channel, go and do that now. Couchdoodles, go look it up. I'll put a link down in the description below. And also, if you haven't entered my contest, go do it. I'll put a link down to that. And also, I'll put a little link at the end of this video so you can go do that as well. There's still 3 days left to enter. So we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday is when I'll do the poll. So you have the rest of today, then you have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I will do the poll July 14th, 2018. That's Saturday. I'll announce this week's winner, and I'll start the next week right away. In the same video, you guys will start, and I'll have another question for everyone. So that's awesome. Anyway, let's get started. New comic book day. Everybody loves this day. I got a nice stack of books, some really good reads this week. And like always, there can and will be spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, back out. Come back later. Anyway, let's start with Betroth number 5 from Aftershock Comics. Anyone who's been watching my channel knows I absolutely love this book. This is the final issue in this little mini-series. Starts it all off. We have our heroes. We have Kieran and Tamara. Kieran is a product of magic. Tamara is a product of cloning. Her people believe in science. And they were thrown on Earth because Earth is a gateway planet between the two. There's like this age-old war between their two factions, their two people. And they were put on this Earth to be raised, and then at their 18th birthday, they were to be married. And they're supposed to lead their people into peace and prosperity. But there are factions working against them who do not want this to happen. And they're trying to stop it because they feel they can't handle the responsibility. And there's something a whole lot worse coming. This story has just been fun. It is really good. A lot of action. The artwork is not bad. It's very cartoonish, but it's still really good. I love it panel to panel. Really easy to follow. Had a lot of fun with this. I'm really excited for a second miniseries. And they totally left it as something is coming. You see those glowing red eyes in the background. And I love this because this Romeo and Juliet are ready for a fight. The end. It's so awesome. I'm really excited to see the next miniseries. I can't wait for it. This has been a fun read. I'm glad I picked it up all the way through. It's only 5 issues. Really easy to find. I'm sure once it's done now, there's probably going to be a trade coming out. So definitely look for it. Next up, from Dark Horse Comics and Burger Books, we have She Could Fly. I saw this sitting on the shelf, had no idea what to expect of it, but, I like odd books. This is what I do. I buy weird books. And it's funny because, my LCS has named books like this Lewis's random-ass weird books. Because usually I'm the only person that gets them. Betrothed, I am the only person at my LCS that gets this book. They order 1 for me. That's it. Anyway, okay. She Could Fly, number 1. And it starts off with... First panel, a woman who can fly, and it literally says she can fly. And then it goes into our little heroine here, and her name is Luna. She is a 10th grader, and wow, it's insane because it goes right into her sitting with a guidance counselor in school. And this girl is dealing with some major OCD. I mean, wow, it's over the top. I'm talking like, Howard Stern epic level proportion OCD here. Where she has these little rituals that she has to do. She has a map in her basement where she is tracking the sightings of the woman that can fly. And look at this. Take the pin, hold it with your left finger, push it into your right thumb, and turn the pin 365 degrees with your right finger. Then push it into the map. This keeps everyone safe. I mean, she's getting to the point where she feels like she's going to cause all these bad things to happen in the world and to her parents, and that she may even be the one that kills her parents. So along with this story, we also have another story of a physicist in Canada who apparently is also working on a technology or something for flying. And he is working, see if we can pull it up here, with the Chinese government, who want him to develop these secrets or develop this ability for them. So he's in Canada. Our friend Luna is in Chicago, and he's going to make a trip to Chicago to try to find out how this woman did it. By the end of the book, Luna has decided she's just going to end it. She actually wants to kill herself. So she goes to this bridge and finds this locket that I'm thinking belonged to the woman who could fly. She felt that flying would be her answer, that she would be able to escape and get away from these thoughts and be free. And once the woman died, she thought that was it. That was her last chance. But it says here, you can still learn to fly. Interesting. This was a really good read. As you can see, I'm spending a lot of time with it. It was a lot of fun, really interesting. All kinds of weird offshoots of strange things. No idea where they're going to go, but I think it's going to be a blast. So I will continue picking this up. This is a thumbs up for me. And next up, probably the book that everyone picked up this week, Farmhand #1. Because this was from the creator of Chew, where everybody wants to see if lightning is going to strike twice. Farmhand. This was a fun read. I had no idea what to expect for this because I had never written or never read Chew before. And we have our hero here. His name is Ezekiel. There's Ezekiel with his family. And he's going to visit his dad on the farm. His dad owns the Jenkins farm. But once you start getting into this book a little bit, you start realizing that this isn't a normal farm. Look at this. Jenkins Farm, confinement zone, no photos. And you're just wondering, what is going on here? So nobody recognizes them because he's been away from the farm for a long time. So they give him the tractor tour that goes through this weird hologram building and tells the whole story of how his dad somehow became miraculously smart and discovered a formula to clone body parts. So he's creating like kidneys and limbs and things like that, but he's growing them on plants. Look at this tree that just grows hands. This is so weird. So on the surface, you have this nice, happy story where his dad is, helping people in the world. And then you come to realize there's some darker things happening, where there's companies with espionage that want to steal his secrets. And apparently his dad has some darker secrets as well. And there's his dad there. You can just tell his dad's not a nice person. Crazy story. The artwork was really good. I had a lot of fun with this, so I'm actually kind of excited. I'm glad I picked it up. Like I said, I'm sure everyone picked this up this week. It's, like I said, everybody wanted to see if lightning is going to strike twice. So, and if you haven't picked it up, pick it up. It's a good read. And next up, we have the New Mutants Dead Souls, #5. I thought this was the last issue, but I think there's one more now because it did not end out the story. You can see the whole Doctor Strange thing going on back here. And this surprised me that no one has mentioned this writer as their favorite writer. A lot of people asked me who my favorite writer was on the comments for my 1,000 subscriber contest video. Two of my favorite writers right now are Matt Rosenberg and Charles Soule. They're both amazing writers. And Matt Rosenberg, man, this guy has written some amazing stuff. If you have not read, pick this up. This whole series is really good. Anyway, let's get to it. So we have our New Mutants team venturing to Bleecker Street to go meet Doctor Strange. Ileana's kind of breaking in. She didn't tell him she's coming. Because Tran said in the last issue he was looking for real magic. And this is where she thinks he's going. Now the artwork in this book is kind of meh. I mean, it has its moments where it's really good. And then it has its moments where it's like, wow, that's ugly. So it's really hard to say, but like I said, the writing is absolutely amazing. So our New Mutants team here is meeting up with Doctor Strange. And we also have this room where Rain and Guido are finally going to hash it out. Bury the hatchet or probably just kill each other. And she eventually does forgive him for killing her son. So that was kind of a cool moment there. And then we have the unexpected revelation. Actually, it was expected. Tran here was actually Doctor Strange in disguise, luring our people in. And again, this was a really fun read. I had a good time with this. I'm enjoying this whole series. It really has this kind of horror flair to it, which is really cool. I like it a lot. So again, if you haven't picked this up, please do. Support Matt Rosenberg. Great writer. One of the awesome stories he wrote is 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. Oh, man, amazing story. And next up, from IDW Publishing, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends. This is a reprint of the old Image books. No longer considered canon, but it's still awesome read. Super violent. We start off with poor old Donatello. He fell out of an aircraft, and he's just smashed. I mean, his shell is in a million pieces. He is battered and bruised, and he can't move anything from his chin down. He's completely paralyzed. And we have Splinter meeting up with the Komodo King, or the Komodo Dragon. He's a samurai. He's been grabbing all of these animal mutants, trying to unleash his own inner dragon. Really excited for this story. I didn't read it originally when it came out, so this is a lot of fun. Like I said, it's no longer considered canon, but it's still really good. And the original Image series never ended. They cut it off before it ever had a chance to finish. And IDW has actually brought back the original writer and artist to finish the story arc out and conclude it with 3 final issues. Really a lot of fun, especially if you're a Turtle fan and you want to kind of complete everything. This is a good read. And next up from DC Comics, Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 24. Again, this is just a regular on this channel because I absolutely love this book. It was good to see Dexter Soy back on some of the artwork again this week. And we have Scott Lobdell knocking it out of the park with the writing. So, when last we left our heroes, Red Hood had found out that it was the Penguin's fault that his father was in jail. His father was a henchman, so technically his father is at fault. But the Penguin sold him out and had him end up in prison. So, we have the Red Hood coming back for revenge. This was an interesting read. Jason Todd just pretty much beats the snot out of him. And as we're going along, we also have Artemis trying to get into this strange, like, Fortress of Solitude thing that Bizarro had built up in the sky. And it is crashing down because Bizarro has completely reverted back to his normal form, or his normal mentality. He's like a child now. And because of that, his technology is like, it is too dangerous for him to use. We are destroying everything. So, here's Bizarro. Man, this guy is just like, I just feel bad for him every time I turn around. I mean, seriously, I am absolutely loving this Bizarro that Scott Lobdell is writing here. He's absolutely amazing. He has this childlike innocence. It's absolutely crazy. It's so good. So they're trying to figure out how to stop this satellite thing from crashing to Earth. And now, huge spoiler ahead. If you guys don't know or don't read this book or don't care for this spoiler or don't want to hear it, I would say skip ahead probably a minute or two because I'm about to, yeah. So, we have Jason Todd beating the snot out of Penguin. All right, look at this. And Penguin's just like, whatever, you don't have it in you. But apparently he did. Jason Todd shoots the Penguin point blank in the head. It is all over the news. He's freaking out, trying to get a hold of Artemis and Bizarro, saying that he screwed up really bad. And the final page of this book, we have the newsreel of him shooting the Penguin in the head, and then cut to Batman. And everyone's calling him, freaking out, trying to figure out what to do. And the Bat's like, I'll bring him in. Oh, the next issue is going to be absolutely amazing. It's a double-sized issue next month. So, God, if you can, oh, and I got this cool, like, semi-virgin cover. If you can, pick this up, because seriously, he just shot Penguin in the head. What is going to happen here? Is the Penguin going to die? Is he going to be in a coma? What is going to... You don't fully recover from a gunshot wound to the head, so... God, okay. Anyway, buy it. So now if you skipped ahead a minute or two and you missed the spoiler, buy that issue. Seriously, Red Hood and the Outlaws number 24, read it yourself. Next from IDW, Transformers Unicron number 1. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you probably know this about me. One of my other big loves, other than comic books, is the Transformers. So when they go hand in hand, oh, it's a good day for me. Transformers Unicron, this is the closing story arc from IDW where they're wrapping up the Transformers series and ending them. I don't know if they're planning a revamp or not, but the storylines they have out now, they're done. They're finishing them up. And this is Unicron going around and attacking all the Cybertronian colonies. And we have all of our heroes combining together. We got Rom the Space Knight there trying to help out. I love the Soundwave as kind of a good guy now. Look at this. And the crazy thing is that Unicron has allied himself with the Maximals and the Predacons from the Beast Wars series. Look, there's Predacon Megatron. Over here you have Transmetal 2 Dragon Megatron with Scorponok next to him. Over here you have Optimus Primal, and they're all fighting. This is amazing. I actually really enjoyed the Beast Wars series. It was very good. Extremely well done. This is so awesome. And you have Optimus Prime and his little team leading an expedition into Unicron to try to figure out a way to stop him. This is inside Unicron here. And they absolutely fail miserably. And Optimus comes out beaten and broken, saying that Unicron has no weaknesses. And then before you know it, Starscream to the rescue, saying, I am your savior, the one true, I shall light your darkest hour. Absolutely amazing. I love this story. I love Starscream. I love all the Transformers. They're so much fun. Great read. I would suggest picking this up just because it ends out an amazing run from IDW. And next we have Darth Vader number 18. I got this cool Sith Lord Galactic Icons variant cover. And again, Charles Soule, one of my favorite writers, knocking it out of the park. The entire storyline here is they're on an outer rim planet called Chandler's Folly. And you have Governor Tarkin, he's actually governor here at this time, before he becomes Grand Moff Tarkin, leading this ragtag group of hunters, of which by now he says that half of them are dead. And they're hunting Vader. I was like, what is happening? Why are they hunting Darth Vader? And the entire book is told from the perspective of Tarkin, and you really grow to appreciate how dangerous this man is and all the planning he put into trying to take down Vader. I mean, whoa. They figured the only way to beat him is to get his lightsaber away from him. That was their first move. Get his lightsaber away from him, separate him from his weapon. And as you can see, that kind of made him mad. Absolutely amazing, amazing story. He figured that laser weapons were no use against Vader, so he equipped all of his team with flamethrowers and slug throwers. Really smart on Tarkin's part. Absolutely amazing. It was such a great, great story. I had so much fun with this. It is a one-shot, so it kind of just ties it all in right here. And by the time we're done, we have Tarkin here with a battered and beaten Vader laying next to him. He won. Although, to Vader, he didn't lose, and he ends up force choking Tarkin, which is awesome. And then you come to realize the whole thing was just an exercise that Vader set up. Tarkin owed him a favor, and Vader said, I want you to hunt me. I want you to kill me if you can. And that's what this whole thing was about. Such a good story. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, wow, this was a good read right here. And next up, Aliens Dust to Dust #2. I had completely forgotten about this book because it's been, what, 3-4 months since the first issue came out? But look at this beautiful virgin cover. Oh man, it's gorgeous. So we have our little hero. His name is Maxon, although he's not quite a hero. His entire planet's just been overrun by xenomorphs at the end of the last issue. He's escaping with his family, and then his mother has just a chest burster. Just pop right out of her chest. They are in an escape vessel, but the escape vessel isn't getting very far. It is damaged, and it cannot break orbit, so they have to try to land and get another one. So they end up crashing back down on the planet, and this is them just trying to survive. This seems like it's going to be a great story. I think it's going to have a lot of suspense to it, because by the time you get to the last frame, our little buddy Maxon here finds this xenomorph that he thinks is dead. See, the arm is missing, but it's not. It stands up and it starts to hunt them. Wow, this was good. I'm really excited for this. Let's see if they have a date for issue number... Oh, they don't even have a date for issue number 3. Because like I said, it took 4 months, I believe, for the second one to come out. I don't know what took so long. Maybe 3. I don't know. But so worth it. And this virgin cover is absolutely beautiful. The issue 1 of the virgin cover has a headshot of the alien queen. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is a good story. I would say pick it up, especially if you're a fan of aliens. And last up on my pull list, X-23 #1. I've been waiting for this book. I'm a huge fan of X-23, a huge fan of Honey Badger, a huge fan of Tamaki. Really loved her run on She-Hulk. It was so much fun to read. The whole tortured soul aspect she brought to She-Hulk, I wanted to see that come to this, and it really kind of has. So we have, of course, our intrepid heroes. That's one of the very first pages. We got Laura and Honey Badger just free falling out of a building. I love Laura Kinney. I love Gabby. 2 amazing characters. I was a little worried she wouldn't put as much Gabby in since it's an X-23 focused book. But wow, yeah, she really, man, she nailed Gabby and all of her little quirks. Her comments, her conversations. You know, she gets punched through a wall and she can't move a muscle and she just wants to go for a pretzel. Seriously love Gabby. So they end up back at the mansion where Beast is telling them he has some information, a lead on the geneticist who might be trying to exploit the X-23 genes again to create more clones. So he wants to help her out. And along the way, I stumble across the Stepford Cuckoos, who seem to be playing a huge part in this storyline. You come to find out, you know, since they are the products of cloning as well, that they have this doctor that X-23 is looking for. And she has recreated their other 2 sisters, but their bodies are failing. The cloning process did not work right, so they're trying to figure out how they can get this all going. Because they want to be 5 again. They don't want to be 3 anymore. So this was really, really interesting. Because then we have good old, I don't know if this one's Esme or Sophie. Oh, this is Esme. She has some of the Weapon X gene, and it appears that she wants to kill off her sisters to be the only one left, because apparently when there's only one, they're more powerful than the rest. So this should be interesting to find out where this whole storyline goes. Really excited for it. It was a great read so far, so I'm excited. Really happy. All right, so those are my books for the week. I did want to show one more book in case you guys haven't picked this up. This was an issue that came out last week from Dynamite Comics. This is Superpowers #0, and this is a preview book for Superpowers. It looks to be a really good series coming out, I believe, in a week or 2. And this is a Matina cover for 10 cents. Seriously, How can you beat that? Everybody should have grabbed this last week. I didn't see it till this week, so I grabbed it this week. And then the first issue of this book is also going to have a really amazing Matina cover. So anyway, here are my books for the week. Those are my opinions. Your mileage may vary. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone out there who's made my 1,000 subscriber contest a huge success. I am so happy with this. I'm happy with all of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm just glad I can give a little bit back to the community. Everybody seems to be having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot about all of you out there, which is really cool. So make sure if you haven't entered the contest yet, just go and enter. All you have to do is leave me a comment and tell me who your favorite comic book writer is. That's it. You're entered. All ages, all locations in the world. Just do it. And make sure you go and sub up Couchdoodles. Dan Fraga, he's an amazing artist. He's the one that's been cranking out some of those Bloodshot covers for the last couple weeks. And at least inking some of the other ones too, which is really cool. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching.